lots of talk about shadow work. Everybody wants to do some kind of shadow work, but it has to be like clinical, right? I mean, you don't want to get out of control. I mean, I want to do shadow work, but I don't want to be like out of control. But to deal with our shadow, our real shadow, you can't be in control. Shadow work is to be out of control. And modern people, and myself included, we fear being out of control. When the truth of the matter is, who we really are hates being in control. I mean, it just doesn't like it at all. And this is the whole attraction to drugs. It's the whole attraction to rebellion. Young people see this very clearly, but then we grow up and, oh, well, I'm all dignified now and I need to make money. And, what is everybody going to think if I start to let my shadow out and start acting like a crazy person, start acting all loony? And the moon comes out, and then that lunacy starts to manifest in us. You can't sleep very well. Perhaps you get all these kind of crazy ideas and you want to cut loose a little. And we've actually made these very safe ways for us to do that. We have these entertainments, we have violence on TV and movies, we have how we don't be nice to each other, and this kind of this oblique kind of violence rather than real violence, that bloodthirsty stuff, veins in between your teeth and stuff like that. That human beings, we used to embrace that stuff a lot. Human beings used to be not that afraid of being loony and wearing animal skins and dancing all night and howling and singing and getting that edginess, that feeling, that animalistic urges that we let them out. And how do we do that these days? For my opinion, the way you do is you go out to a place like this, out in the desert when the moon's up, and start to really feel those feelings of well, in many ways, that's what the psychedelic experience is. People take mushrooms and LSD and things like that, and they explore their mind while it's not thinking, because the thinking mind is all about keeping us locked in, keeping us walking, one foot in front of the other, and being oh so good, and all those things that work, they work, and you do have to do those things to make money. However, who we really are is not interested in that. Who we are just wants to be, and wants to be tremendous amounts of energy going in all directions. And when we put that in juxtaposition to our personality, it's hard to make that fit. And then we think, oh my goodness, that's my neurotic mind, that's my psychotic mind. I can't let people see this part of me that is all unhinged. And I'm not sure exactly what it is that we need to do to become unhinged, because everybody's a little different, but I know that it's super important to unleash that part of your mind that doesn't have any bounds. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that you need to, be crazy or do psychotic or neurotic things. However, experiencing that is important, and I feel like we can do it in the dark. You go out into nature and you go outside at night, and this terrifies a lot of people. I would say the vast majority of modern people, they haven't gone out in the dark very much, out in nature. And to do that might be a little terrifying, and a good thing to do. Walk away from everybody else and go off, and you'll start to feel something. You'll start to feel this feeling of like there's spirits around, because there are spirits around. And getting in touch with those spirits of the darkness, they are a reflection of this darkness within us, of our subconscious mind, the part of our mind that doesn't know any bounds, that doesn't care about what society thinks, doesn't care what other people think. It's this feeling of We can call it animalism, this animalistic feeling of I can't really put it into words, but I know we all know it, this shadow part of us that is not afraid to be bigger than just a human being. I suggest you go out into the nature, into the nighttime, especially when the moon is full, and get in touch with your shadow self in a good way.